This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on Smart India Hackathon 2020. The participants are Dr. Mohit Gambir, Innovation Director and Member Secretary, Smart India Hackathon 2020, and Ruchika Chitravanshi, Journalist.
Smart India Hackathon is a nationwide initiative which provides all the students a platform to take a look at the pressing problems that we face in our day-to-day lives, and it also encourages a culture of innovation and a mindset for solving problems. Dr. Mohit, today is the last day of the Smart India Hackathon. What do you think were the key highlights, and how has this initiative helped harness the innovative abilities of our students?
Now, the key takeaways out of this Smart India Hackathon edition. Number one, before this, we never did any kind of virtual hackathon. So this has in a way evolved as the biggest virtual hackathon. By virtual, I mean students are competing online. Now, again, the solutions which students, they are providing, it relates to various ministries, like 37 ministries, 13 state departments, state governments, and then 20 odd industries. They are solving problems related to agriculture, to security surveillance, to women welfare, to women hygiene and child protection, all different variety of problem statements, solutions, they are coming in. So I'm really hopeful that if we are able to turn up these solutions into some legitimate startups or some final solutions in various departments, these are really going to help the common citizen of our country.
Dr. Mohit, as you said that there are a lot of sectors like agriculture, health, etc., for which new solutions are being envisaged. How will they be put to practical usage? Is there a plan for that?
Yeah, certainly. We are working on the plan as per the direction from the higher authorities as well. So as soon as, the people who are coming out as in the winners or the winning entries, we would be tying them up with the relevant departments and providing them initial basic fundings as well, so that those students can directly work under the nodal officer of the said department, the respective department, with the base money, and then implement their solution successfully over there. Also, we are going to evaluate that if few of these solutions or how many of these solutions are or can be converted into an independent startup, then we are also laying down funding mechanism as in seed money with appropriate mentorship so that they can be taken ahead.
Now, this hackathon has happened while India is struggling with the COVID pandemic. The whole world is struggling with the COVID pandemic. What was the theme in terms of the whole coronavirus situation at the hackathon, and how did it impact, the response that we generated?
Yes, these are the time we should not feel depressed. Our student community, the innovators, the researchers, whosoever they are working, so we try to channelize. So this is not the first event during the pandemic. So first event we announced 22nd of March. It was Ideathon. We completed it went live on 27th to 31st of March. Immediately based on that, we, under the guidance and directions from our Honorable HM, we came up with Samadhan. That event ran up for 14-15 odd days, from 14th of April to 30th of April. So those two programs gave us enough breathing, enough mileage. Yes, we can do a mass level or a program of this scale, which our students are used to see in a physical format year on year. So fourth edition, then we envisaged, okay, let's go online, let's go virtual, because our students, they prepare whole year to compete in Smart India Hackathon. They prepare like that. So that's the reason we came up and we created this. And my gosh, everywhere it's making a lot of buzz.
There is a big prize also for the winning team, I think, fees 1 lakh.
Oh yes, for all the problem statements, the students who are evaluated and they are able to give the legitimate solutions, the successful teams winning, and they will be provided with 1 lakh rupees of a prize money, along with further extension support, that whether they are going to implement or they are going to start their own companies or ventures. Apart from it, we do have a student innovation category, where students come on with their own projects, and at those centers we are going to award first, second, third prizes with 1,75,000, 50,000.
Any innovation, because there have been so many problem statements that have been laid, any innovation that stood out in your mind, or you can name more than one also, any top 3 innovations that really got your attention?
Oh, certainly yes. So there was one innovation which particularly, it was ease of policing. And that student team literally came up, and that problem statement was given by none other than Bureau of Police Research and Development. The problem statement was, it's like we have a lot of petty crimes and we have those CCTVs installed. But we are not able to track in a real time that what has happened, where it has happened. Or do we have some kind of solution that our system can, through AI, decode or encode that, yes, something has happened, and then report to the control center or the control station so that at least some alert is raised and the concerned person can watch the video based on the alert. Yes, I need to see that what has happened. So those gestures, those kind of expressions, if can be captured along through our CCTVs and monitored through our AI model. So this is something which I felt really interesting, because not only in cases of on the roadside petty crimes, it can be installed on railway stations, on bus stations and whatnot. Everywhere we have so much of crowd. So from there, if we are able to develop a model that automatic capturing or alert alarm kind of a system can be generated, it may help in reducing the scale of those small crimes which used to happen. Yeah, another problem statement, I believe there is virtual police station, where so majority of us, as in if I say the common people, even our Honorable Prime Minister also highlighted that people, they might, then, one student said that I am afraid of going to police station, and that is the common. So those people, those teams, they have developed a kind of virtual police station concept. So people, they can just log in, they can talk to an augmented reality character. That character can help in spreading awareness, can help them in various kind of question answering sessions, and if kind of a problem they are facing, and then gently help them to connect with the relevant officer. Another solution was related to health, that if we have a women hygiene, there is a team of girls who are trying to come up with development of reusable clothes, sanitary pads, sanitary napkins. They are trying to come up with that kind of a solution. So these kind of direly required solutions students are working upon.
Now, globally also we have heard of hackathons that happen. Is there some way that the Smart India Hackathon ties up with the ones that are held at a global level also?
See, as of now, I believe Smart India Hackathon in itself has become a global brand, and taking clue from it, since past 2 years from India, under the guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, we are organizing the Singapore India Hackathon. So 2 editions we have done that. And our model is in a way different, because we have a true PPP kind of model whereby government departments, our students, academia, and industries as well. So a lot of these stakeholders join hands together to provide the solutions. I personally believe nowhere or rather anywhere such kind of a model exists. So now we are moving ahead and partnering with a lot of different countries altogether to take this model further.
There is a larger theme of innovative thinking that is being highlighted here, which as the Prime Minister also talked about, he talked about the new education policy. Overall, what role do you think does education have to play in promoting such innovative thinking from a very young level?
If you look around from government's perspective, if I must say, even in NEP as well, it's all about thinking out of box, thinking in our own, the natural psyche, like we have to think aloud what is going around. I generally say to people, don't be a rat in the rat race, just sit, move a step back and then understand why all rats are running around and then provide the solution for which they are running around. So that is what I believe our NEP is going to facilitate, that from the early years, from school itself, students now will be having more time or more kind of exposure to think into that direction, and then there will be a lot of less stress, because they will be able to think naturally or maybe in their natural language whatsoever has been laid down. And again, from the Atal Lab, Tinkering Labs, which has been established in a lot of schools now, they are scaling up. Similarly, from our Innovation Cell and MHRDs, we have established a lot of institutions, innovation councils, 1600s of them, to aid students in critical thinking and cognitive skill development, design thinking skills. So we are trying to aid these kind of scenario technologies to students now, so that they can really have that innovative mindset development.
Also, I'm very keen to know what is the background of students who are taking part in this hackathon. Largely, is it engineering students only, right?
Largely, you are right, but this year, so that's the 4th edition, what we have said, even other background students, sciences or pharma, they can also join, even inter-institutional students, they can also join. And ultimately, I primarily believe, ma'am, that moving down, I feel that if we are able to connect moving down the line, maybe next year edition, or if I say that is my personal dream and a lot of things are evolved and my higher-ups, if they permit, I see that if I am able to put in a common man or maybe like Autowala or maybe like a Feriwala as in a team member of these people who are fighting, who are competing to provide a solution, I believe then that will be the real life implementation and the solution provision of ours, which a common man faces in day-to-day life. So that kind of a model I would like to really come up with.
Do you have a vision? How will that happen? How will you get an Autowala to come and be a part of the
problem statement? See, there are 6 people we are inviting, and if Autowala is coming in that this is a problem I'm facing, he knows in and out of his problem, and the solution provider are the students, and he says that, okay, I face this and this. Those 4 students, interdisciplinary, they join hands together. Why can't he become a team member and all others can work on his problem?
Solution is obviously an important step, but implementation is an equally important step. Yes. So who would be responsible for the implementation of these solutions?
So for implementation, as Minister Sir pointed out, Secretary Sir, and we are trying to lay down the plan. We must understand, the solutions which are being developed in such a short span, they are in a way 60 to 70% solutions. So we need to polish them. We need to take them to cover those next 30%. So we are talking to ministries now. Once these solutions are coming up, we will be getting in touch with all the ministries, the stakeholders, that this kind of a solution is available. Now you need to please ensure that can it be taken forward. And our higher-ups, they have very genuinely and gently agreed upon that it will be taken care of.
And the funding for implementation of these?
Yes, along with that, and the regular monitoring with the seed support even from AICTs, and as well our fund has been laid up, so that seed money can be provided and wherever we can see. And it is very, very rigidly monitored as well, that genuinely monitored that what is the progress and how we can handhold and provide the mentoring support. And if we see that, yes, they have some spark and where it can be implemented, we are trying to scale them up as well.
So the problem statements that students look to solve, they come from students themselves or it comes from outsiders as well, as you mentioned, police, etc. Who comes up with the problem statements?
So as I said, the stakeholders like from the even central government ministries, from state government departments, even from industry. So this year we had problem statements given by these 3 stakeholders. So like 37 central government departments, then 13 state government departments, they sum up to 50, and then we have around 20 plus industries which join hands, and they have given their own problem statements on which students are working. Then 4th is like we have a student innovation category, as I listed, where students come up according to the theme and present whatsoever innovation or a product, POC, whatsoever they have developed. They feel that this is direly required in our current scenario. So these are the varied themes we are working on.
As an initiative, it is still, I think, 3 years old now. What are the major challenges that you have faced?
See, major challenges is like the students who come on and once they pass out, they move out for their further job. We face that the project need to be perpetual. They need to be taken care further. This is one. That longevity of the solution. So those are a few challenges, but more or less it is streamlining with the all support from the authorities and the departments as well. It is streamlining now.
Are these solutions supposed to be patented, etc. as well? Because they may be some very, very important innovations.
Yes, and we do provide that kind of help as well. Couple of, I believe, around 17 of our past solutions people, they have filed patent. Number of copyrights are there, trademarks are there, but patents they have filed. And also the IP, it's kind of a joint ownership whereby the problem statement agency who gives it and the solution provider, the students, so they are joint IP holders. So we do have that kind of agreement in place at the very, very inception of the problem statement generation as well.
Dr. Mohit, what is your vision for Smart India Hackathon in, let's say, 5 years from now? How do you see it evolving?
See, as in I believe this year we also tried in 4th edition that all colleges we requested to hold their internal hackathon and then promote those students or provide us the details for further national evaluation. Prior to this, nothing like this sort happened. So I would like to happen that, yes, every nook and corner, maybe it's a school, maybe it's a college, these kind of events or a program, they should happen so that the students or even the neighborhood, the communities, the smart cities, so it should become self-reliant. Like X smart city, they have their own kind of a problem statement. Students come over of the vicinity, they should provide a solution, but it should be submitted to a central bank so that we should not have a repeated solution. Reinvention of the wheel must not be there. Any X smart city down a different tangent, they can also be able to use from a central pool. So I want to have a kind of a pack whereby whosoever requires what can be directly taken care of. This is what I want to see, that it should evolve like that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mohit Gambir, for joining us today and for all the thoughts that you shared. Certainly, this is a very, very important initiative that has been taken to promote innovative thinking and the problem-solving ability of students. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's my pleasure.
You were listening to a discussion on Smart India Hackathon 2020. The participants were Dr. Mohit Gambir, Innovation Director and Member Secretary, Smart India Hackathon 2020, and Ruchika Chitravanshi, Journalist.